What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? Welcome in. We just wanted to come on, do a quick, 15-minute show, real quick, talk about what's going on with the NCAA bracket. It's the championship here. We already saw Carolina Gamecocks go in and win it for the women's champion. Super stoked about that. But yeah, we got UConn. We got Purdue playing tonight. We're at halftime. It's pretty close, 30-36. You're getting a lot of points scored from your center for Purdue. Zach Edey is the guy. I mean, he's going to be the guy of that team. But what's your thoughts on this game, Iggy? What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, Edey's playing like the best player in the tournament. That guy for UConn, their guy that he's Aaron Jones's cousin is the point guard for UConn, and then Spencer. I just went, but he is having a heck of a game for UConn. They drew up that play for him right before halftime. It didn't go in. So I think those are the two most dominant players. That Smith kid from Purdue having a pretty good game out there as well, using a lot of pick and roll with Edey. Made that three, but I feel like Purdue's done everything they can, and that UConn's not even playing that great. And UConn is up by 6 points, man. So, I think UConn's going to be a hard out. I don't know if Purdue can keep pace with UConn as we get ready to go in the second half. I mean, they held them almost scoreless for 3 minutes of that first half, and UConn's still playing well. So just a really, really well-coached team, dude. It's been a good first half, though. It's just, the women's championship was really exciting. I think this one's just as exciting.
That's what it is, too, is that in the women's championship, you saw Caitlin Clark come out, score 18 points in the first quarter, and then guess what? She scored 12 points the rest of the game.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah.
Like South Carolina Gamecocks, man. That whole team is big, fast. Their bench is good. Great coach. Like we watched them win by 1 point, right? They won against UConn by 1 point. Okay, well, the Gamecocks came in. They beat North Carolina State by 19 points. Like that's a difference in talent. If you
right.
And then what did we see? We saw them win by 12 points versus Caitlin Clark did well, but you have to have a full team. The full team is what you need to win a game. It's not just one person.
Yeah, and I mean, in doing so, Staley, becomes a dynasty amongst herself. 3 championships, but the first one 2017. So that's a 3 with 3 different groups of players. Essentially, that says something about your level of being able to succeed and be a leader.
They lost 5 of their starters last year, so they came into this year brand new start. And they also had one of their tallest players hurt, inactive, also playing. So I mean, like you're right. Dawn was it Dawn Staley or Dawn? She just is dominant. In the last 6, she's had 6 appearances in the Final Four with this team. 4 straight years in the Final Four. 3 championships. Like that's massive.
Yeah, we're pretty much dynasties are a part of sports. It's hard to get away from them. I mean, South Carolina becoming one, UConn kind of continuing their, century-long dynasty for men and women's college basketball. Patrick Mahomes, pretty much a dynasty. We kind of went through the Tom Brady dynasty, the Patriots dynasty, if you will. So I just kind of think that's interesting. That we could see some more of the same with UConn. It's just really interesting to me how it's kind of real similar. You had a Midwest school with the best player in the country playing against the East Coast powerhouse, South Carolina versus Iowa. You had that going on, and now Purdue, which is in Indiana, versus UConn. So just kind of parallel stories right there. But yeah, man. As far as what do you expect to see in the second half yourself?
I mean, I got UConn here. I got UConn winning this game. I mean, obviously Edey's going to be, doing well, dominating. Like I said, a lot of his points. What do you think? I mean, he's got 5 rebounds, 16 points. I mean, a lot of that's got to be rebounded points. I mean, I haven't been watching this game. Like I said, I watched the Gamecocks game, but I don't know. I mean, I watched a lot of the men's, and I see Edie scoring a lot of his points from being there, getting rebounds and scoring. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think that he just continues to score off the rebound, or do you think they're going to?
I think he played the first 20-minute half. I think he played the whole 20 minutes. I was watching that game. I didn't see him go to the bench. I think at some point, with the pace UConn's playing, there's going to be all of a sudden it's going to go from it's going from a 6-point game. What's up, Big Draft Energy? What's up, Daniel? It's going to go from like a 6-point to 2-point game to all of a sudden, I think about a 12 to 16-point game really quick here. Some point in the second half, whenever UConn kind of catches fire and sinks a couple more threes. What's up, Tyler?
Yeah,
I'm doing well, man. It's so that's what I'm expecting. As crazy as I bet on a buzzer beater in 63 games. I think there was 4 games that went to overtime, so I didn't get the buzzer beater in any of those. So that's likely not going to happen tonight.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just I think it's UConn. I think the spread is still good at 6.5. No problem. So those are awesome.
I just wanted to throw in a little fun fact from the women's championship. In the Final Four, there were 2 women that came from Minnesota in this championship.
Oh wow, that's cool.
So what's her name? Tessa Johnson. She came from. She played for the Gamecocks, and she hit a bunch of threes.
Yeah, I remember seeing her.
And also, what's her name from UConn? The best girl on UConn. She played for Wayzata here.
She was hurt for a year, and she came back.
Hold on, what's her name? I should know this.
Let's see. How about those Gamecocks, JC? Yeah, I know. What's up, Fantasy Sports Addict Network? Thanks, guys, for popping in real quick. I do want to give a shout out to. I do want to give a shout out to Drew Davenport. Looks like he's going to win our tournament. He's going to receive Hakeem Olajuwon autographed Houston Cougar memorabilia. And I do also want to give a shout out to everybody else that joined. How many do we have, JC? Let me pull it up real quick. 28 people. 28. I think we had 28 entries. But either way, there it is, Drew. If you're watching or if you're not watching, I know he said his dad went to Purdue. So he said he took UConn to win, but he said he's hoping Purdue wins. So shout out to that. And, I also want to give a shout out to Wendy, man. Wendy's winning the Fantasy Cares, it looks like. Draft bracket, just knows her ball, knows her baseball, knows her football. Just an all-around sports guru over there, Wendy. So I want to give a shout out to you real quick. And, to get to what this is all about, we're donating, I don't know the account. JC's got the official account, but we had 25 entries total, it looks like. Oh, wait, 30. We had 30 brackets total, I believe. Some of those double entries. But we're going to donate. The whole thing we wanted to donate to a good cause. We have a lot of veterans. It's the sports affiliation, a lot of people that are, hanging out, people that participate that are veterans. We got several active duty people. And JC is one of those, if you did not know that. So Air Force veteran, I believe, right? Correct, JC? And it's something that's very passionate to us. I've personally donated to Wounded Warrior. I could turn my camera around right now. I don't know if you'll see it, but it's right there on my window. One of the years we donated, I just stuck the sticker there. I think we've been donating since 2020 or 2019, my wife and I, Christina. So just something we've already done. We continue to do on our own, but we wanted to do that for that. And JC, why don't you just take it over, man, and just tell how you feel about it.
I think it's a thing that, with everybody here, I know a lot of people are involved with Scott Fishbowl. If anybody hasn't been involved with FF7s, I just feel like, Scott Fish came on one of our shows and he kind of just talked about, if you aren't willing to throw a little bit, just throw a little bit towards donation. There's so much money that goes into fantasy football. If you can't just throw a little bit of that money into donating to somebody, some cause, something, we literally just $5 per person, and we're not giving any money away. Everything went to prizes. We just did prizes because we want to, we don't want it to be, divvied around money. We want to have fun with this. We want to donate. We want to give back to a good cause. And at the same time, find some awesome fun prizes, for people. We had one of our guys, donate a card. What is it?
Pike
Yeah,
donated.
He donated a card, and we got this. I got the card here. Third place also. Like, I got this too. So third place is gonna get this sick Final Four basketball mini ball.
That's awesome.
So I got this is what's going to third place. And then we got this awesome. Pike donated something to us, and every year that we've done this, Pike has donated something to us. Was it last year? I think he donated that Jason Williams jersey.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He donated that white chocolate jersey.
So, I mean, it's just been really nice. Everything that we like to do around this is what donations. Like, this should be a really fun bracket that we do, and we try to make it about donations. But this right here, here's our second prize. Pull it out real quick. We got a slab here. Trae Young rookie card. Trae Young rookie card slab. That will be to second place. But yeah, this is all about having fun, making some donations to a great cause. That's what it should all be about. Let's have some fun with this. But yeah, we were just wanting to do this. We wanted to come on live so everyone could see us do our donation. But I will pull up it right now and we will do our donation.
Right there, we got Big Draft Energy asking how we can donate, man. We did a trial run, but I think JC's about to do that right now, essentially.
So yeah, I'm gonna pull it up right now. But yeah, you can literally
just go ahead and donate.
You can literally go right here.
Yeah.
So everything's right through here through the Wounded Warriors Project.
Yeah.
So this is all for Wounded Warriors Project. You can literally go to theirs and donate right here. So we literally pulled up.
.org. I think that's the one thing you need to remember. I think it is .org, not .com, but it could be .com too. I don't know.
Everything's through the Wounded Warrior Project. So we're gonna go ahead. We got the $95 here. So it's $5 from everybody that joined. But we're gonna throw it through here. Appreciate you, Addicts. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and throw this donation on here. We want to do a live one. Make sure everyone knows that we are donating. Everything that we do is true to what we say, and we want to make sure y'all know that. So
yeah,
do our donation right now.
We didn't hype it up as much as we should have. With some uncertainties going on, if we were going to do it early this morning or during the show, we figured during the show would probably be better. And we're just trying to get it out there. But yeah, man.
Let me get this. It's for some reason it's telling me it's not right, but it is. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, no worries, man. But yeah, we've done the live donations before, just so you know that if you do join one of our causes, it is, all going for a good cause through the sports affiliation. So always keep that in mind. We're about inclusiveness, about positivity, and also about giving back, being able to work with legends like Scott Fish and Gary Davenport and Bob Long and, Greg Kellogg, of course. All these guys have taught us the importance of making sure you're giving back and keeping not only the hobby going, but keeping the good causes going and promoting that. Wendy, I joined the Battle of the Sexes. That's what I'm going to be doing this year that I didn't do last year. I'm in the JTT Cup, which is a UK-based program, which I think they've hit over 500 people this year. They've been really working hard. So it's been pretty interesting to watch that go. Warrior Bowl, it's another one I do every year. Shout out to Greg and shout out to Foley O'Shane, man. Two guys put that together, done an excellent job, paved the way. Really what inspired me, I actually got into the Warrior Bowl, unbelievable, for the Scott Fish Bowl the first year. So I'm a first year guy over there with our guy Steven, man, in the Warrior Bowl. So if you can get into that one's gotten so big, I think not everybody gets in, but you're always welcome to Fantasy Football Sevens. We'll make something happen.
I don't know. It's not working. Hold on. I keep clicking donate and it's not letting me donate. So hold on.
You want to try on your phone?
I don't know why it's not letting me. Oh, I probably know why. No, I don't have to click. It's asking.
I mean, if you need me to do it and I just Venmo the money, I can do that too.
No, I don't know why it's not just
Second half underway. Purdue's got the ball.
all right. Let me try it. Let me try again.
30-36. It's always weird how after halftime a lot of people are willing to miss the first part.
I don't know. Like it's not working.
Oh, foul already. Quick one on the UConn center. Clint Kane.
Huh. Interesting. I don't know why it's not.
Yeah, that was a foul, dude. You can't be reaching in like that. What the heck are you thinking? So they got a foul. Edie missed it.
Anyway.
Edie missed an easy shot, man. Let's see, 45 straight wins when leading at halftime. Oh, my God, from downtown. He made it. UConn looks like they're ready.
I don't understand why it's not letting me donate.
Well, this is about good things about going live, I guess. I mean, do you want to try on your phone?
Yeah, I don't know why it's literally, it won't even like go to the next screen. Like it's not telling me like, sorry, there's something wrong or.
And Smith made it, but it's not going to count. Banker.
Interesting. Okay, let's try this again. Because I'm doing it with my card. So it should work.
Let me try the browser.
Yeah, that shouldn't really matter. I don't know why that. Let's try this again.
Technology, man. A flawed system sometimes. It worked for me, though, and I got my receipt because, I did that test donation. I donated $10 in addition to donating to this. Oh, almost. UConn just playing with way more effort.
I'm watching Big Daddy in the background.
Yeah, we watched a little bit of that the other day. It's a little different when you get older.
It's so funny.
I remember watching that, like, when it came out. Like, I remember seeing it in a preview at the movie theater, and I was like, oh, my God, I got to go watch that movie. And I think I went with my same friend, Kyle. And I remember laughing so loud at the theater, I was crying like embarrassed because of how loud I was laughing.
Let's say I don't know why my bank wouldn't allow it because my bank is literally U.S. Or it's Navy Federal, so I would think they'd be like, "Oh, you're good. You're donating for
yeah.
like oh, you're good, bro." All right, let's try it again. Let's see. Like literally. Oh, here we go. See, now it's working.
All right.
Boom.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Gift
right there. So everyone watch the live donation. That's us donating live right there for everybody.
There we go, baby. I love it. I love it, man.
Yeah, this was a fun. This was awesome to do.
Yeah. Then that's all
bigger next year. So we'll be doing it bigger next year. Every year we do prizes. Last year it was crazily. Last year we had over 50 brackets and we gave away a ton of stuff. We gave away so much stuff. So much stuff. Yeah, it would have been fun if we would have been able to donate last year, but yeah, last year literally we just gave away a ton of prizes. It was cards. We had 2 jerseys we gave away.
Magic Johnson and the Jason Williams.
Yeah, so. Magic Johnson jersey, Jason Williams jersey. There was a ton of cards given away. There was a bunch of we had 2 slabs that we gave away too. Like it was last year was crazy. So hopefully next year we can double that year. This year we only got 30 something, but it was.
That's still good.
We're going to double that. We're going to try to hit 100 next year. It would be sick. As much as we can do to donate.
We're talking about an NBA bracket as well. So,
Is that an NBA bracket going too?
When we're thinking about it, I don't know. It's a lot of work for me to organize. We'll see.
Good Lord.
But this year, yeah, we've been on this. We've been doing the college bracket for a couple of years now, and it's always fun. A lot of great, coach a great Kansas guy, and Evan being in San Diego, shot a video at San Diego State University while they were hot. So Wendy not too far from Purdue. So there's a lot of great basketball knowledge over here at the sports affiliation, and yeah, like I said, a great cause. Even if everybody knows a veteran. Nobody's more than, oh my Lord, a dunk that will be top 10.
Shoot, the highlight reel. You got the highlight reel going.
Everybody knows the veteran, man. It's usually within our own family, and if not within our own family, then somebody we know. The degree of separation is not very far. So, Wounded Warrior, we all know is a great project. And if you want to donate independently, man, I don't know if it's because we've been doing it for so long or what, but they send us stickers and like little like useful notepads that you can write on and pins. And like I don't expect anything like that. I'm just saying that's how great of an organization I think they are ran, and I don't have a doubt that it goes to a good cause.
Yeah, appreciate that. Alex said he'll team up with us next year. We'll get over 100. All right, yeah, just hit us up. Like I said, we're always everything we do over here is based on inclusiveness, positivity, giving back, anything we can do to build our community up. So that's what we're all about. So anything we can do to do that, we're all for. So Purdue's only scored 4 points in 4 minutes coming out.
Yeah, I told you the UConn they came out really aggressive, man.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like that's the same thing that happened with the girls' game, man. That Iowa came out hot. They were on top. They were up by 8 points in the first. You're like, oh shit. Like I was about to go to the bar. I was like, I'm gonna go to the bar, and I was like, I was almost embarrassed to go. I waited for the first 3 minutes, and I was like, oh, they caught up real quick. I'm about to put all my shit on, and I'm gonna go to the bar.
Right out, man. Yeah.
She got hot too quick.
I think they were all 3 great championships thus far. The NIT championship for the men's with Larry Blair, and then the women's championship with Iowa versus South Carolina, Caden Clark, and now this one with UConn versus Purdue. And UConn just being, it's just dynastic.
I don't want to be that guy.
They've won the previous 11 championship games by 13 points, dude. They haven't even given chances, dude. That's just the way it is.
I don't want to be that guy, but I legit watched that whole game yesterday, and I'm not gonna lie. The refs were trying to keep Iowa in that game.
Yeah, I saw.
And I think they did the same thing in the game before. That last call in that game was a good call, but when you've got people like LeBron saying, "I'm not calling that" at the end of the game, I mean, I don't know. Here's my thought on that. Were they calling that same call in the second period? Or in the second, the second quarter, are they calling that same call in the second quarter? Are they going to do that? Probably not. Probably not. I'm gonna tell you right now, there was a lot of calls, and you could see Dawn, dude. You could see her shaking her head as they keep calling all these calls for Iowa, and you see the head keeps her mouth shut, but she just shakes her head. All that you would see balls going out of bounds off of Iowa, and they would call it off of South Carolina. They all a lot of calls going to Iowa, and that's what I'm saying. As I think it was they were trying. There was this mentality of people there was. I don't want to be that guy to where there's all these people that are saying this helps women's sports. Okay, what happens because this whole thing with Blair Bucher, is there Bucher or the one who played for UConn?
Yeah.
The next, she got interviewed and they're like, "Are you the next one to be the person who?" And she said, "I don't want to be that." She said, "I think that everyone should be watching all women's sports, all women's games, not just one person." So I feel like the same thing happened last year. We had the same thing happen in football, right? What happened? Why was so many people watching football last year?
You mean the year that just finished?
Yes. Why were so many people watching football last year?
What player specifically?
No, not a player.
What,
Not a player. An artist who was
Jordan
driving
Love?
Kansas City. Taylor Swift. The reason that everything went up is because of
Yeah.
one person.
Oh yeah,
Well,
you got a
everything
good point.
only
Yeah,
people only reason people were watching the Final Four is because of one person. That's it. And nobody had a clue about South Carolina. Everyone was clueless. I was at the bar and people were like, they were like, well, why is South Carolina winning? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're 37-0. They're
yeah,
37-0. You should be
yeah.
talking about that, not Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is, yes, she's really good, but she's not a dynasty. She's one person.
You
She's
know,
not a
it's crazy because that's what they were saying. Can you be considered the greatest of all time
yeah.
without winning
Paige
a
Buchers.
championship?
She's from
And yeah,
Wayzata.
yeah, I see. And they were saying, can you be the greatest of all time without winning a championship? That's an interesting debate. I think just
Here's my thought on that. Can you be David without being Goliath?
no,
Can you be David without beating Goliath? No, you
yeah,
cannot. I'm sorry,
yeah,
you can't.
yeah.
You can't.
And I agree with you because that's my whole point. I mean, the living example is Dan Marino. I bet most people under the age of 25.
That's different though. That's NFL. That's the difference. Here's
No, I
why
don't
my
think.
thought on that
No,
is different
I
because
don't think.
how many
I
of
don't
those
think.
people in the NCAA are going to be a pro player?
Well, no, I don't think it's
Less
different.
than half.
I think to be considered the greatest of all time, you have to win a championship. Dan Marino didn't win a championship. That's why
Yeah.
he's fading away. That's why people won't remember. People are going to remember Eli Manning far more than they're going to remember Dan Marino. And the basic difference is Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, I agree, Josh. Yeah. I see that's my thought. She might be the greatest of all time as a player in her position, but she's still like my thought too is like college sports is different. Like you're playing against half of those players are going to either go to be an accountant, maybe work at a gas station, they're not going to be professional players. Like they got a scholarship to play basketball, but they're not great. They're just good enough to get a scholarship. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
Right,
playing against those players.
right. No, I
So
agree.
to me, it's like you think about Jordan when he played when he played in college, like he was absolutely dominating
Yeah.
and they won champion. Like, and then you see him go into the next level and they're winning championships. And
Yeah, that's one thing
he
that's kind of
started with
cool.
nobody.
It used to be college basketball. You won like Magic Johnson. You won in college basketball. You go win on the pros. Isaiah Thomas, Michael Jordan. All these guys they won. Kenny Smith, Kenny the Jet Smith. Won in college. Go and win in the national. Go win in the in the NBA. And it's just you don't see too much of that anymore. Christian Braun for the Denver Nuggets. He went from winning in high school to winning at Kansas to winning at Denver. Like I mean. Like, and I think in a 4-year span, he won a championship on every level, which is just crazy if you think about that, to win in high school, college, and the pros. But yeah, and I agree with you. I think it's just part of it. You have to have that David versus Goliath moment because you're always a David until you win, or you're not a David until you win because whoever you're going to beat is more than likely the Goliath, even if they haven't won. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like
100%.
Like Jokic didn't. Nobody really wanted to consider Jokic great until they won the finals. Now all of a sudden he's the greatest, even though he already won 2 NBA MVPs. But now he's validated because he's a champion. That's kind of how that works. I think that goes for college, for all levels of sports. You have to kind of win it all to be considered the best.
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that she's the GOAT. Like she's great. She's an awesome player. She did well, but you saw what happened in that game. She came out, she went hard, 18 points, and then she scored less than the rest of the game.
Yeah, exactly. And that was an
30 points
interesting.
is great. Yeah, you did great. You did great. But when you've got, like I said, when you've got a team like at South Carolina where you've got not only is your starters great, but your bench is great. Like that's how I look at the same thing with the Timberwolves. Like after you lose one of your best players, you got Naz Reid, who's kind of just steps in and he's like a known player. Like people are like, who Naz really? At Wrestle, I'm gonna tell you right now, at WrestleMania, one of the biggest events in sports, someone had a Nas Reed towel in the first, like for like 3 or 4th row. No joke. Like that's a big deal.
Yeah,
That's
unless
dope.
you're a hoop head, you don't really know who Nas Reed was until like essentially Carl Anthony Towns got her. You know, you're like, oh, or you're in Minnesota, like you said. If you're in Minnesota or you're a hoop head, you know who Nas Reed is. But outside of that, I don't think most people knew who he was, man.
It's wild, man. It is wild. It's super wild because it's like a player that steps in, and it's like, and that's another thing too is like having a team that has not just like the top 3 best players, but having like 7, 8 players that are great enough, like to come and step on and still score points for you to keep you continuously rolling. Like if your players get worn out, like we saw with Caitlin Clark, right? She got worn out by the half, and she was basically having to pass, and she was shooting dreams. And she's a great player, but when you step up against a team who's a dynasty, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean that's what's happening right now. The Spencer just put a move on Edie and just like made like a pro move with his right hand all the way. Looked like Kyrie Irving, But that's what's happening right now, man. 49-38. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here, dude?
My answer to this is yes.
Do you value LeBron's championship because he went from team to team? No, I don't. I mean,
my answer is yes. Real champions win with the team that they were. Okay, let's talk about this real quick. Jordan.
He did win with the team that drafted him.
How many did he win there?
Well, he won 1. That's enough.
Then he had to move on.
I mean, some places are just bad ownerships, man. It's like being drafted by the Cleveland Browns, dude. You have no shot if you're drafted by the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland.
How good were the Bulls when Jordan got drafted?
They sucked. I mean,
they sucked ass, dude. Their team was terrible.
He sucked until he got Phil Jackson, dude. I mean, he needed Phil Jackson. True.
But that team was like real bad. That team was really bad.
I mean, because Phil Jackson. I mean, he didn't win a playoff series before Phil Jackson and Scottie Pippen. It's a team sport. So, but the thing is, Michael Jordan recruited. I mean, they had so many different centers during those runs. I mean, Rodman for 3 of them. That guy who died like that in the catamaran out in the Pacific Ocean, but his brother killed him. I don't know if you know that story or not. I can't think of his name. It's kind of been like a hush hush side story of the NBA. And then, of course, Horace Grant. Like, I mean, he recruited people to come play with him.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is that I agree with this. Did Jordan leave? No, he just recruited people in. So why couldn't LeBron do the same thing?
I don't know. That's a good point. I mean,
he had to leave, and he went to where? Miami, who had Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. Like they already had people set in zone, ready to go. He's like, I'm just gonna walk in, like and just be the guy.
Well, I mean, they recruited Bosh. I mean, I don't know. Wade
and then he went to the Lakers. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fault him for it. I mean, Wilt Chamberlain did it. Bill Walton did it. A lot of the greats did that. So, I mean, it's just part of it.
I think the more the GOAT it's like Jordan stayed where he was. Kobe stayed where he was. Like Bill Russell stayed where he was. Like these players just like they were good enough to just be like, all right, well, I can just bring people in.
So like, coach. Yeah, I mean, Nikola Jokic, man, he's on his way. He really is.
He'll stay. I don't think he'll leave there. Like, why would he leave?
He's already said he's not going to leave. He said, I'm not going to play anywhere but Denver, but if Luka wants to come play with me, he can.
See? Yeah, he'll recruit. We've won championships already. Like, I'm not going to leave. Our team is good. We're going to keep doing what we're doing here. And if somebody wants to come and play with me, we'll come play.
It'd be crazy if Steph Curry goes to the Los Angeles Lakers and him and LeBron win their 5th championship together. That would be so nuts. It'd be crazy if LeBron, because he's like really good friends with Draymond. So if he did that with Draymond, I just think that would be super interesting. But if he did it with Steph, it would be kind of like how would people take it? Because we all talk shit about KD going to a team that didn't need him to win a championship before him or after him. but that's how good LeBron was. Like Steph and Clay and Draymond and Steve Kerr, they had to go get KD to get past LeBron with Kevin Love, essentially. It blows my mind, dude. LeBron was so dominant, dude, that for that era. I mean,
Curry's fan base would not like that. That's what Haddock said.
I don't think they would, man. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. That's what the NBA's in good hands, man. It's in good hands. But like I said, appreciate LeBron because he's probably gonna be the best. He's gonna be the last American-born player that is the best basketball player in the world for probably 2 decades. So I mean, that's what people got to let sit in because Jokic isn't going anywhere. Giannis isn't going anywhere. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's not going anywhere. Luka's not going anywhere. And Victor Wembanyama is only 20 years old. So if he's the next, if it takes Wembanyama 3 more years to become the best player, Jokic or SGA or Giannis or Luka are going to be the best player during that time. And then Victor Wembanyama could be the best player for a decade. Like, it's just, that's what I'm saying. Appreciate LeBron. Appreciate this Olympics coming up because it might be the last Olympics that the USA can win at all. As far as the men go, the women will be going for 6 in a row. It's just crazy. That's nuts. But
yeah, it's wild, man. There's some players from Europe that can absolutely dominate. So yeah,
I didn't even say Joel Embiid. I mean, Joel Embiid's in that conversation, even though he's technically considered to be an American and can play for the USA. Whenever he won his MVP, he was not an American. So that's just something to keep in mind. That's another reason I like LeBron. Like I got a soft spot for LeBron because I used to hate him. I hated on him all the time, and then something about being a Dallas Mavericks fan when I was living in Texas and watching that and watching him lose and just being like, man, now I feel for him. It's kind of like that conquered the enemy kind of thing. Like, oh man, they were such great warriors. It took a lot of effort for us to kick their ass because they were so good. What I mean? It's like one of those things.
One last thing before we get out of here. Bronny. Let's talk about Bronny real quick. What are your thoughts on that? Is his reasoning for coming into the draft this year because his dad's probably going to be retiring soon? Is that your thought? That's probably would be my thought. I mean, that would be my thought on it.
I didn't watch any of Bronny at all at USC, to be honest with you. So I can't really comment as far as his college game goes, but I mean, it makes sense to me. I mean, we all loved it when Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey Sr. played together. So I don't know why we're trying to hate on LeBron and his son trying to play together in a sport.
No, for sure.
That's impossible to do. But yeah,
it is interesting.
I think that's what he's trying to do, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Braun is old. He's up there. He's got what 2 years left, maybe.
That's what I keep saying. 2 more years max, man. It's 2 more years max.
So I agree. I think that this is for that reason.
Yeah, and if it happens, that'd be cool to see. And I just love the NBA. Like I said, I just finished my 9th year of fantasy basketball. We just finished it yesterday. Shout out to TD winning the league. Yeah, TD won it. So, yeah, he had a good performance. So shout out to him. True knowledge of all sports. Winner $110 and a trophy. Once I finish it, I'll give it over there to him. But yeah, dude. So I love the NBA. I always have, and it just it'll be good if that happens. But it's in such good hands, man. I feel like a lot of the tournament has been blowouts one way or another. And I just don't think we're going to see that in the Western Conference of the NBA. I think we're going to see a lot of good basketball. Eastern Conference, there could be some blowouts. There's going to be some tough series over there as well. But this Western Conference reminds me of being a kid and Kobe and the Lakers, Tim Duncan and the Spurs. You got Dirk and the Mavericks, and then KD and Russ with the OKC, and sprinkle in some Kings. Sprinkle in who else was good back then? Somebody else had a pretty good team. Portland, I think, Portland with Dame and the big center out of University of Texas. I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, it just reminds me of that era again. We're back to some really, really good basketball coming up.
That's what's up,
54-42 right now, JC. UConn's starting to put it on them.
That's what's gonna happen, man. That's why I said I feel like some of these bigger teams, UConn, we talked a little bit about that too. You said I think UConn just kind of like every team that they beat, they just kind of like ingest their talent. Like they just take a little bit of their talent away from them and they just use it on the next team and then take their talent and then use it on the next team and then steal their talent. It's just crazy. It's almost every game they're winning by 13 or more.
Yeah, it's a true all-time run. South Carolina had an all-time run. They definitely deserve way more recognition than what they've got. Only the 10th team in NCAA history, Division I basketball, that's men and women's combined, to do that. Only 10 of them, man, out of what, over 100.
They said only 5 times in history that there's been a undefeated team in the NCAA, and it's the second highest scoring or the second most wins in SEC history, which is pretty crazy. That's all. I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's an all-time run. It deserves it.
Yeah.
This UConn, like I said, this UConn team. I think college basketball is a little different. I think if you win back to back, you're a dynasty because it's almost impossible to win 3 in a row. Like UConn's done it. UConn women's, UCLA did it back in the day. I mean, but in the modern NBA, in the modern college era, you're lucky if you got the same players for 2 years, 3 years, much less 3 years. It's just not how it works. Well, it might get back to it with the NIL, but yeah, man, I'm ready to call it if you are. I mean, it's whatever you want to do, though.
Well, yeah, we're gonna get out of here. Addict said UConn. He's on UConn campus currently. Says crazy here. So, hey, man, good luck to y'all. I hope they get the win. We got. We already know Drew's gonna win this. Drew's gonna take the win. And Wendy, she's down. She's gonna lose by 1 point, which is crazy. So she had a hell of a game too. So she's gonna take second. But Wendy, she's been dominating. It's great to see her. We got women out here just legit dominating too in these these fantasy sports and these brackets. So, don't ever, doubt these women out here because they know their shit just as much as we do. So
absolutely,
if not more.
Yeah, I'm really happy for winning. I don't know what they get in the fantasy cares. I don't know if it's like a trophy smack thing or a shirt or what, but I'm sure.
I'll right now, one person I've been following a lot for betting is a woman, Roxanne. She's been crushing it, dude. Her and I have been smashing at the hockey bets. She's been dominating hockey bets. I'm like, I'm following you, girl. you know your shit.
That's the last thing I'll say is, we got some big things in works. We're trying to get all our betting collaboration in one spot for everybody. Get it there for a community to build, and we'll have some more announcements on that soon. But I gotta leave y'all with that little hook for sure. So
big things are coming. Big things are coming. TSA, dude, we're rolling, baby. Year 2,
just like the WWE, a new era, man. Whoa!
Baby, let's go. All right, everyone. Appreciate everyone coming to hang out with us tonight. This was just it was supposed to be like a quick 15 minutes, but you got a little bit extra. We made that donation tonight. Appreciate everyone who came and joined us on the bracket challenge. But next year we're gonna make it twice, maybe 3 times as big. Check out Coach's MLB DFS cheat sheets too if you can. He's got a lot of shit going for baseball. So if anybody's out there doing baseball stuff, make sure you check out Coach's stuff. But big things are coming. Appreciate everyone hanging with us.
You know what? I gotta say this before closing out. Purdue just went 4 minutes and 20 seconds without a basket. Then they scored, buddy. You know what that means. So
yikes. Hopefully they can make this game somewhat of a competition. They're down by 16. Oof.
Yeah, it's not looking good, brother. But yeah, man, we got the Game Changers Wednesday, Thursday, check on Thursday. Great show with you, JC. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for everybody that donated. Shout out to Wounded Warrior Project, man. We'll see you guys Wednesday night. Take care.
Bye.